monsoons are particularly gorgeous. On days when it's raining a lot, you sometimes do feel that you are amongst the clouds. So that's one advantage of living.
Well, you literally are sometimes because of the height that we have. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So actually, one thing that you'll be surprised, and we were surprised when we came in. We always thought if you're so distant from the main road, and this is a busy main road, we thought, as height increases and the distance increases, noise levels will go down. Actually, that is not the case. Sound somehow gets amplified by the time it reaches a higher floor, so we can hear the honks of Mumbai very, very well. For us, what I like is the fact that if I were to take this house or buy this house, the EMI for this house would be anywhere around 6.5, 7 lakh, which is substantially more than what we need to pay as rent. And that sort of tips the balance.
So there are 2,000 flats in this entire building, and apart from that, like in these 2,000 flats itself, like there are around 8,000 people who are staying in this society. And it's like if you're staying in this society, you get to network with a lot of people as well. So that's like one of the things, and of course, like whenever I need any help, I can just put a WhatsApp message in a WhatsApp group and everyone would be more than willing to help.
So one of the factors was this ability to network in such a...
like a community. Here it's like you can literally talk to anyone. You can meet like a lot of people who are MDs and CEOs of listed companies. You can get to learn from them, and most of them are willing to help. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो बोलेंगे कि अरे मेरा time जाएगा. Most of them are like, okay, what do you want to do? Like if they see a young entrepreneur, they are like, how can I help this guy to grow more?
I've often heard that sea-facing apartments have one problem, that they tend to impact furniture, electronics. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I mean, I can show you our TV. It has, so we bought it like 4 years back here, and so this line you see in the middle of the...
Okay.
Yeah,
so this has come after you've shifted here?
Yeah, just this monsoon.
So tell me, for all your friends who ask you where you stay, who are outside Mumbai, how do you tell them? Do they know Bandra Bandstand, or do you tell them I stay next to Shah Rukh or Salman?
Yeah, I usually tell them next to Shah Rukh's house, and they are like, wow, because they don't know Bandra, Juhu, so they are like, wow.
Believe it or not, my total rent since 2009 is over 1 crore 27 lakhs. When you hear that figure, you'll say, what's wrong with you, right? But I'm an investment banker. I also know a little bit about real estate. The math adds up, and I've actually saved/made more money doing this.
Okay, explain that to us.
Sure.
You spent, you said 1 crore 27 lakh rupees on your rental bill since 2009.
Yeah.
And you still say you've saved money and made money.
Right.
How?
Simple. Okay. Vishal, if you look from 2009 to now, the capital appreciation works to around 3% a year. Right? If you add rent to it, that's another 2.5% per year. So that's about 5.5% per year. Right? The same amount of money, and I'm an investment banker like I told you, I can make 12%. So if I make 12%, pay 5.5% off, the balance is all mine. So I've actually saved that extra amount.
So this is for Lanco, because I was shooting for them and they said कि दरवा आपको एक कबाड़ के साथ शूट करना है कुछ तो ये because tenants के लिए बहुत easy होता है for Lanco, because you just have to come take it out. तो ये देखिए gifted me. ये है, this is IKEA. This bed is from sleeping कुछ तो company है. So they gifted me since I'm living alone or with. So I just have to put stories or engagement के लिए वो लोग को tag करना पड़ता है वो सब. So ये bed वहाँ से आते company से.
This will be the bedroom?
This will be the work from home room. So obviously with work from home becoming a norm, I think our focus was to get a good home, because when you spend time in office, you spend very little time at home. But when you are at home the entire day, you obviously need a good space around you to work and to have a good life. So I think for that we require this good place and a big place.
We first moved into this apartment because of the location. So my office is at a walking distance, right? So and that in our minds is a very big luxury to in Mumbai live at a walking distance from your office. So I just used to either take my bike or just walk to the office.
Okay, so it's actually walk to work. It's that close.
From door to door, it takes me 5 minutes to reach my office. So I'll leave at 9:20 for a 9:30 meeting, and I'm in time.
I work out of a co-working space. So my working space is like 800 meters from here. So it's a luxury for us to stay so near to our house.
So I shifted in this building around 4 years back, and at that time there were a lot of actors, actresses living around here. Sahil Khan being the fitness icon of Bollywood. we call him that. So he used to stay here around that time. 16th June 2019, I was kicked out of a society which I won't name, which is around this area only. I had given the rent. It was the first day that I had to start living there. I had given the rent, the security deposit. My mom had come from Delhi to help me shift. My stuff was there, but the society said, no, please leave. Why? Because you are bachelors. My mom was ready to give it in writing that she would stay every month for 15 days, but they were like, no. And they were very rude about it as well.
So what's this space about? How big is it?
So it's a 2 BHK, but it has 3 balconies.
Okay.
Yeah, so space is about 900 square feet. It was the most important factor which led me to this place, and we closed this deal. One of the biggest disadvantage of this project is that the connecting roads are not that great. In fact, you get stuck in traffic as well. And as you've rightly said, the footpaths are mildly existent at this point of time. But when you suddenly come inside, it's like you are coming into a first world country from a third world country. So that was one of the reasons that you want to stay in a township. And obviously, then all the amenities, the open spaces that you will not get if you are living in a standalone building. We were looking to rent an apartment in a project in Ghatkopar, and there the broker told us that it's okay, you can order non-veg stuff, but for example you have ordered a non-veg pizza, while keeping your boxes outside next day for garbage collection, just take out the red dot. And I said, no, sorry, I cannot do this.
2017, if I would have not bought at that time, if I would have bought the same apartment now, I would have probably got instead of a 3 BHK, I would have probably bought a 4 BHK.
Or a 3 BHK flat or a BMW?
Yeah, absolutely. A minimum 1 crore I would have earned on that money. And as I said, maybe a 4 BHK.
The other thing was, if you see in this house, we have not done the the POP, the false ceiling we have not done. So when we are doing the wiring, my interior designer, my brother-in-law only has done the interiors here. So we were like, oh, we don't want to spend so much that we do the false ceiling. Then he's like, okay, let me just do something. So if you see, the golden pipes, they're basically there as a design also. Apart from that, they're also there, they're hiding the wires inside. Because of the bad quality of the road, the infrastructure and the traffic, my mom used to use this chair every day. But now it has reduced, it is reduced, and now it has been used once a week, I think.
Okay. So basically shifting houses has helped the back a lot.
Helped the back a lot, yes.
Ancillary spaces are lovely. So we have the front yard, we have the backyard, we have a terrace. We even have an upper terrace where me and my husband do yoga every morning. It's just bare, but so though the basic square footage may be lesser, it's the whole charm of the place, and the trees, the butterflies, the birds in the morning. It's once you come into this little place, you cannot believe that you're in Bombay.
What do your friends say when they visit you over here about this place?
Oh, they absolutely love it. Like when we first came, I was so surprised. I thought they'd be like, oh my god, where do you stay, in like a village or something? But they absolutely love it.
So they feel like we don't live in Bombay anymore. They say that your house doesn't even feel like Bombay.
Front yards we only use on the weekends. We probably sit there as a family, have a glass of wine.
What's the key trigger that made you guys shift from Mumbai into a city close by, 4-5 hours away, but a small sleepy city like Nasik?
So we wanted to concentrate on health of kids, and second thing was school premises. What we thought, we wanted them to be in a ground rather than just put in some box.
Right now the prices in Mumbai are senseless to a large extent, Borivali sells at the cost of New Jersey. That's where we are in terms of prices, in terms of the prices there. And for what? I mean, price is okay, one thing, but for what? You go out and you are in a 1.5 lane traffic with potholes, and trains are practically tough to get into.
So basically prices of New Jersey and infrastructure of Africa, that's what got it done for you. All these improvisations you've done, I have to ask a question. So how much has this entire interiors cost you? People spend a lot of money for doing the interiors depending on the budget. How much has Simran managed to get it down to, given that in most of the places you seem to have used your skills or your friend's skills?
Basically, I've done the entire house in about 12,000 bucks.
It has these
century-old tiles.
These are what? Century old?
Yeah, I think early 1900s is when these tiles were put. They're hand painted, and I love it. I think that's what like tipped me over the fence. Like
You have your own apartment in
Yeah.
Mumbai, but
Yeah.
you have moved from there to a rented apartment.
Absolutely.
The parents would have been opposed to such a decision that we have our own apartment, why are you going outside and staying on rent?
when you look at being able to rent versus buy, so they were adamant that if you're going to move out, we're going to buy you a house, or let's spend the money, let's put it whatever, and let's buy a house, like another house. And I was just like, that seems like a giant waste of money.